Well, it's nice to know that guys from Boston can show up and show so much effort. One particular Boston native did it better than anybody, and his name is Mike Condon, bitches! Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass Winter Classic broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special Shot from the Point Live 2006 from Gillette Stadium. No, actually, this is from Europe. Winter 2006? Classic. 2006? Oh, really?
You said 2006.
Did I really?
2006.
That was probably when Mark...
Let's go warn everybody about the housing market bubble. Let's go. Come
I think
on.
that was the year Boston did show up and Marco Strum scored a big goal. Was that the year? For the Boston Winter Classic, if I'm going back that far. Boy, they should be ashamed of themselves. If I had to guess here, look, Boston's having a good season. They're going to be a playoff team. But the thing that really gets me is this a signal that they're going to get a little lost in the lights come playoff time? I mean, just by Matt Kazar's, tell me the Winter Classic doesn't mean anything. It's not a playoff game. Yes, it's a regular season game. It's the biggest game of the year. It's been the NHL's really probably the best thing they've done to change in the last 20 years to sell the game. This game means something. And the Boston Bruins showed up as flat as a board. There was probably a 5-minute span in the third period where they actually, or was it the second, where they showed any effort whatsoever. I wonder if that's a concern going forward. That being said, the Montreal Canadiens, they didn't get wrapped up in the whole Winter Classic thing. They showed up like it was any other regular season game, and even they've been on a bit of a downslide lately. They walked in there like it was no big deal. No big deal. The Montreal Canadiens damn near shut them out. They beat the Boston Bruins 5-1. Matt Kazar, show us your stupid jersey. There you go.
Logo here. Got the A. Got the Montreal Wanderers logo right here.
That's the Montreal Wanderers logo. It's funny. It's a picture of the world, and they only wandered around Northern America and Canada, but that's fine.
It doesn't make sense. Just look at it. It's nice.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I thought
the jerseys, they did a good job with both jerseys. I'd probably wear a Rask one and a PK one.
I feel so dorky. That's a big puck daddy thing.
There quick.
I feel so dorky talking about the way jerseys look and their quality.
Yes, welcome to the fashion Shot from the Point. Who has the most? What jerseys are in and what jerseys are out?
Sounded a bit like Bruno there.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
But it's it is weird. Well, you know what the thing is? I got to play this for you before I get into it with Matt. You guys think this game's just a show and it doesn't mean anything. You're 150% wrong. This game means something every year. This one
especially because how close they are, and it was setting up to be just like an epic game.
Mm-hmm.
You have probably one of the biggest rivalries in sports. Not to mention both teams are separated by a point. Right, we're separated by a point.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
This game pretty much winner took first place.
And you really can't. I mean, games in January and February just mean so much more than games in any other. Then I think even the media values them. You start losing games in late January and February, you got to dig yourself out of a hole if you're not finished already come March and April. So, I mean, we're halfway through the season. Don't look at it any other way. And if I could, look, if this doesn't goddamn tell you everything you need to know, this is Matt Kazar in our chat. Here it is.
If he said something nice about,
and if I have to give a little background. Matt Kazar is being a big baby. And he's talking about Don Cherry not doing what he's supposed to do. But here he is.
Do you care if he says something nice about Montreal or not? What the fuck difference does that make? He coached that team for 5 years. Of course he's going to root for him, you dummy. He's got no obligation to fucking say something nice about those fucking diving Frenchies.
Difference that I paid for Sportsnet and I'm watching intermission and I have to watch his goddamn face and it's Hockey Night in Canada and he's not rooting for the damn Canadian team.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, I'll say. Tell me that shit doesn't mean anything.
While this was all going on, Montreal was in the process of completely stretching out Boston's butthole.
Matt Kazar, the team could go fucking 16-0 in the playoffs. He would just find something to complain about. They didn't get a shutout every game.
I'm just letting you guys get everything out. I'm gonna save everything. I have a lot of things to get off my chest.
Yeah.
What really? Life is so bad. You just won on a national stage.
Yeah, I know.
5-1.
You just completely sodomized your biggest rival.
Yes.
Yeah. Really? Life's
Well, that
that
was
bad?
before we won. Now I'm happy. Before I was tense and nervous.
Listen to
I
this.
was nervous
Time you gotta win against the fucking Habs.
jersey.
Listen to
I
this.
know they lost.
Is that
Listen to
the
this.
dumb alumni game when all the Habs players are crusty, old, or fucking dead, and then he got a win. And now he's showing off like a little fucker he is.
Tell me this doesn't mean anything.
Oh, God.
Dude, you get late, you would fucking mellow out.
You really would.
They give us a penalty. If the players would have been switched around, the Boston people would be like, diving. What a dive. What's the embellishment? I'm Jack Edwards, and that was a dive.
Yeah. It wasn't a lot of diving.
I'm literally crying right now.
God help you if they actually win a cup in your lifetime.
Hey,
Holy
listen,
Christmas.
when there's big games like this, I get emotional about it. This is why in the playoffs I get really emotional.
Last year, I quote, and go back, Matt said that these games don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
No, this one means something.
Why?
Just
The team's in it.
because I bought the jersey. I didn't want him to lose because each time I put the jersey, I'm gonna have that memory. It's gonna be like bittersweet.
Dude, you want to don't even talk to me. I went on the air with a Rangers fan after the Devils just got obliterated at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we went on the air like right after that.
Yeah, that's true. Stadium series.
And
That's right.
also just seeing, I'm watching, I don't know, Hockey Night in Canada, and that fucker Don Cherry does nothing but talk about the Bruins.
But he coached the Bruins.
Yeah, you coach the Bruins, dude.
It's
What do you
Hockey
want
Night
me to
in
do?
Canada.
The
If it's
guy
Hockey
coached
Night in
Bobby
Massachusetts,
Orr.
Then talk about Massachusetts Bruins.
He's also not a Quebecer, man. He's from fucking Ontario, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
not everyone's a homer.
Listen to this. He's all pissed off because our Habs beat him in Game 7, and he took a too many men on the ice penalty.
Yes, he did.
So his old people beat our old people at the alumni game, and he's showing off. And he says, "Our Bruins beat you tonight, and now the real Bruins are gonna beat them today." And boy, was he ever wrong, and boy, am I happy. Get up there, you old hag.
Hey, Sergei Samsonov's
You know me,
only
Don
30
Cherry shared
Sergei
a birthday?
Samsonov's only 37. Just so you know.
He's Sergei
Yeah, I
Samsonov.
know.
Showing clips of Subban injuring people and saying it's bad, then showing clips of Marchand injuring people and calling him gritty. There's something wrong there.
Yeah.
Someone needs to check
He's
his
a
brain.
homer, dude.
He's a homer, man.
Dude, what
Keep
do
in
you
mind,
want
he's
him to do?
81.
Yeah, he's also 81.
He's 81 years old. He's an old man. Relax.
So someone feed him his applesauce and someone get him
You know what? This would be like me or Jeff just getting upset if John Madden was still doing broadcast. I can't believe John Madden would say that about the Rams.
Okay, people might be laughing at me right now.
Yes.
I have
Guarantee you that.
passionate hate for the Bruins.
Yeah.
I despise the Bruins. Above my bed right here is a picture of Montreal Canadiens celebrating in TD Bank North Garden in front of the Bruins fans. And I see the look of disappointment in their faces, and that relaxes me, and it puts me to sleep.
Is that like your mobile?
I cannot stand him. I'm sorry. I'm about to cry.
Are you really? It's a fucking win. It's a regular season game.
And you won.
I cannot see them lose against the Bruins. It drives me crazy.
Hey, he's not the only Middle Eastern that hated Boston. We all know how that
That's horrible.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I want
cousin Jakar Zanaya.
I want to show you something that my wife kept commenting on. If you look at your Skypes, it's Claude Julien's ridiculous hat. Look at that thing.
That was actually something
He
I put
looks
in my
like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, I know. He's got his eyes closed and
Is
everything.
that like his best Bill Belichick impression?
Mm. Holy Christmas. He looks ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
And that's the difference between Boston and Montreal. The Montreal coach has this nice vintage jacket that's all authentic.
Oh, get out of here. He's a fucking
He has a great hoodie. He's wearing this.
Here we are
great
again,
hoodie.
a bunch of questionably straight guys just talking about fashion. It's got to go.
Well, did you hear about Matt talking about Star Wars? He was complaining that Kylo Ren's hair was puffy after he took his mask off, where naturally if he had a hat or a mask on, it would have been flat. By the way, John Freeman says you're the reason
physics.
movies suck. You know that?
What happened?
What's that?
The John Freeman music said that Matt Kazar is the reasons movies suck. Because they're all worried about these like inane bullshit things. And I think he's right. You suck, Matt Kazar.
You ruin movies.
You ruined my childhood.
Are we?
You ruined you ruined my childhood. Oh, Jesus Christmas. Let's go over the game just a little bit. I'm gonna refresh this.
Okay, here's what we do. Talk about the game. It
Okay.
happened.
Yeah, it really happened.
We all watched it, and now Ellen's on. That's the thing.
Well, the thing that gets me is, like you saw Hayes throwing hands and Zach Ronaldo getting all upset in the with 10 seconds to go. Where were they in period one? I mean, if I had to guess, the Bruins just and I have to admit, it's so funny. Huffman messages me during the game. He says, Tommy, you can't lose because you hate those Frenchy divers, and Joe Cronin's a Boston fan. And you know what? That's my message right now because I'm sure he's listening because I have at least 17 people in here.
I kind of wish we were on good terms with him right now.
Why? So we can see him scream and cry like a baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
now
we
we've
can
seen
watch
it.
him Go at it. I really do.
We've seen him
kinda do.
before. Trust me. My
But the only
wrestling
two
show
people-
comes
the only
out
two-
Tuesday.
The only two people that showed up for Boston in this game were Matt Bolesky, who got the goal, obviously, and Tuukka Rask, who was completely hung out to dry.
Yeah. Oh, kidding. Yeah, he was really. And I tell you something. I saw Tuukka's like he's at a .91 goals against average.
I thought he stood on his head out there.
Yeah. He's having a good season. We haven't really talked about that. He's like 9-2-3. He's 9-3-2. He's having an excellent season. And a lot of people were saying, including Jake Link, our goalie expert, was saying Tuukka's not that good. That he's just kind of living in Tim Thomas's shadow.
I
He
still
did
think
win
he
him.
is.
You still don't think he's that good?
Always good. Tuukka's been always good come regular season. But
Mm-hmm.
these big games like the Winter Classic or any playoff game, Game 7, he always seems to choke.
That wasn't his fault tonight, pal. They were flat. They didn't support
That
him.
characteristic
I
sounds
still-
very familiar to me.
Yeah.
Well, in the regular season.
I thought they were flat as a
April.
board. They were. It was funny. You're right. You're right, Matt. You're right, Jeff. I couldn't fucking lose.
They must have still been hung over.
They look like they're a bit lost in the
Don't
lights.
get in a shootout.
Look, there's a lot of media.
They looked like a bunch of diabetic turtles out there.
Teenage Mutant Insulin Turtle.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think
Turtle Power.
I think like look, there's a lot of media you have to do, right? And especially for the home team. And especially like let's face it, Massachusetts is hockey's not that popular in Idaho. It's really popular in Boston. It's a part of the religion over there. That team's been there forever. And it's a big part of the culture. So I really wonder if they kind of got lost in the lights a little bit, a lot of the pump, a lot of the media, everything you have to do. And Montreal probably didn't have to do as much, and they just walked right in there and just walked out like it was any other game. And, boy, hats off to Michel Therrien, not my favorite coach in the world, but I've never gone on record to say he's a bad coach by any means. He knows how to motivate players. And he got those guys to settle down, walk into a nationally televised game, and beat the ever-living shit out of a decent Boston Bruins team. We didn't talk about this either. Marchand taking that stupid penalty against Ottawa and clipping that guy. I mean,
he got suspended for 3 games on that.
I tell you, they need Marchand in the lineup. That was dumb. I mean, he came out right away. He said that was dumb, and I deserve what I got. I couldn't help stop.
Sometimes these players get caught up in the moment. I mean,
That was a dumb penalty. It was a dangerous penalty. I hate clipping. And I'm a big hip check guy. And I'm not like Mike Milbury. Every time a fucking hip check's thrown poorly.
Like Rob Blake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I loved Rob Blake. I like guys. You know one of my favorite defensemen of all time? He's far from the best. Darius Kasparaitis. He threw beautiful hip checks.
Oh, yeah. That's all he did.
Yeah. Beautiful. He was because the problem with guys that do hip checks is there's always this reputation around them that they're doing it on purpose, they're clipping, they're hitting too low. Look, you throw hip checks, you're gonna get a guy low eventually. It's just a matter of course. But it's done correctly. It is one of the most beautifully violent things in sports. It's still my favorite play in hockey. Always will be.
It's an art.
Yeah, it is an art. They don't do it much. It's fucking dangerous as hell. I get it. I think that's why I like it so much. I think why I dig it all. Like, we have a Russian guy in our chat. He wrote the puck. Does anybody read Russian?
And
Where's
pink.
Suron?
And pink.
Yes.
And pink. Well,
Yes,
welcome
that's
aboard.
my crazy language. I think P sounds like S or something.
You
Yes, all letters backwards and numbers.
want to hear
It
crazy
looks like
language?
If you let 5-year-olds type on keyboard.
Check Pure's language. That's a crazy language. You know, another thing that
what's
aggravated
Pure?
me. Did you notice
He's
this?
giving it to me.
What's that?
He's giving it to me in
Yeah,
the comments.
Pierre's ripping them apart.
Who's ripping? Who's ripping who apart?
Pierre's ripping me apart.
For what? What did
He
you
got
call?
mad that I said that Tuukka Rask choked.
You kind of deserve that then. I'm sticking up for Pierre.
Oh no, I didn't mean tonight he choked. I meant this big.
Overall,
game.
you
Look
have
at
an
his-
argument, Pierre. Overall, you have an argument. Yeah, that's right, because Pierre loves
Look at
fucking
his
Tuukka.
look at his record against Montreal. Look at the 2014 playoffs.
Even
Look
though
at
he
games.
looks like he looks like
Game 6
Alfred
against
E. Newman.
Chicago.
Maybe Matt's right. You want to call in, Pierre? You want to argue with
Yeah,
Matt?
come on.
Do you want to make a classic moment? Shot from the point history? Feel free.
Well-
Pierre's not that mean.
But I'm good at bitching about the Bruins.
Yeah, you
so
are.
Be warned.
Yes, congratulations, you finally won. Let's talk. I'm going to talk to the Americans in this chat. Were you rooting for Boston, Jeff?
Oh, I didn't care.
You didn't care one way or another. What about you, Jake? Were you
Okay.
rooting for Boston?
I think I was rooting for the Canadiens. I always
Really?
had a little-
That's because
Attaboy,
goddamn
Dad.
Martin Brodeur. He made
I've always had like a little bit of
before Martin Brodeur. You did?
Dude,
No.
It wasn't that many years I was watching hockey before
Yeah.
Martin Brodeur.
That's because you're so much fucking younger than me. I remember
Yeah,
the league without
I was
Martin.
I was still shitting in my pants when he came
Uh.
to the league.
You mean you didn't watch Chico when he was in the Devils?
Yeah, in my dad's ball sack, maybe.
Your dad was a Ranger fan. He was a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Chico. I remember when he played for the Devils. He was absolutely the only thing worth seeing over there. Pretty much until Shanahan and Pat Verbeek got there. And that coincided with, I think, Lou Lamoriello getting there too. So that's another thing to think about. What else we got? What else about that game? Doc's explanation for fighting, which pissed me off. So Hayes and who got in a fight, Matt?
I
Eller?
missed the last.
Oh, Hayes and Eller? Oh, the Danish guy getting a fight. Go figure. And he has to explain to the fighting is tolerated in the National Hockey League. I'm like, fuck, don't. It's almost like he was apologizing for it. It really pisses me off. Yeah. We don't have to apologize for our sport.
Yeah, come on, dude. It's been doing it forever. Why do you have to play like it's something new?
It's just, you know what it is?
First thing that people say, I'm not a big hockey fan, but I like when they fight.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what, Jake? Me and you are from different. You're Generation Y. I'm Generation X. People are fucking pussies now. The only fucking bastion of hope is this. I don't know. Like Matt Kazar is like the version of the guy that blames Obama for everything in America. But but he's Canadian.
But
And Jeff's like a traditional jock. But these guys, both of those dorks right next to us, they're the last of the frigging Mohegans, man. They're a millennial generation that
That's
has
why
half
you're
a sack.
on the show.
Yeah, you have half a sack. Oh God, I started making like black jokes on Dave's channel, and I could see one guy in there. That's outrageous! Like I said something really ridiculous. Like they were talking about Bill Cosby, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Well, that's
listened to
because
that at
Brack."
the gym.
And I said it was so over the top and so ridiculous and so stereotypical. And I was trying to play the racist guy. Like I was like, "Well, you know, guys like Bill Cosby, black guys. He may be the Jello guy, but those black folks, they sure like to rape a lot." You know, and it's just like, you know. It's so stupid, and it's so like making. It's really.
Was this the same guy that commented on the Evander Kane stuff?
Oh God, that guy was a moron. I'll talk about that in a minute. Did you see that, by the way?
No, I didn't see it. I said I listened to it while I was at the gym this morning.
I'll talk
and
about.
I about dropped the weight.
Well,
was
look,
laughing
if
so
the guy
hard.
just said something dumb because I knew it was a kid. The fact that he said something dumb about, I'll get into that later. So I make this ridiculous joke, and it's just, if you really think about it, you're making fun of racist white people. You're not even making fun of black people at that point. And this guy's like, that's terrible. I mean, that's the problem.
I want to know, are people really offended, or do they just like to pretend to be offended?
I think a little of both. I think what happened is the people that pretend to be offended have convinced an entire generation of people that you have to be offended all the time. Does that make any sense?
No, it does.
Yeah. I mean,
It does. It really does. I mean, but here's the perfect thing.
We have a diverse audience too, dude.
Yeah, we do. We do.
I mean, we have a ridiculously diverse
we have
audience.
French people, okay?
I mean,
we have Finnish people.
I get mad when say it's just a bunch of
Russian.
Yeah, that's true. We have a Russian, a Finn. We have.
I think she's even.
We have
a woman.
several African American listeners.
We have a hip hop artist, okay?
Yes, we have a hip hop
we can
artist.
say whatever we want.
We promote
It's
them.
funny. I don't know if you heard in the album release party that
No.
that if I say anything racist, you have to go to Real Talk and see if it's okay. They're like, dude, is this okay? Like, should I fire him? Give him a warning.
I was acting like a total douche. I was saying on Dave's channel, like, I got permission from Real Talk to say the N-word, you know, like, and stuff like that. I thought.
Imagine if you saw Jay Davis gives Thomas Callanan the right to say.
Oh God, we should come up with a contract. And then we should shake hands while he's giving it to
you
us.
have four
That's
you
great.
can't use them like you got to treat them like vacation days. If you're friends with a black guy for over a year, you have a week's worth, like 5 N-bombs that you could drop, but then if you don't use them within that year before the net, you don't get the stockpile them.
Then you're in
so
trouble.
If it's January 30th and you still have 4 N-bombs, you got to use them that day.
You're in a terrible.
Just take a nice quick drive to Ferguson, see how that works out.
Yeah, you're over there.
And then there's sick M-bombs. Like, you know, like think of them as sick days. Words you just say, like, I know, like if I just went fucking, you know.
Well, you're on a roll. That was good. It was a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. David S., we got a kid from Woodbridge. That's not Tommy. Really? Holy shit. David S., how did you know I was from Woodbridge? Oh, yeah. That's right. I told everybody. Stoke, Wisconsin, pure Finnish news flash. Nick B., I was talking to call because I can't say your name right. Some Russian guy that wrote something I could never hopefully understand. Gun Cannon 15, the greatest. You know, he fucking called yesterday to Dave, and I just started goofing on him, and it was the first time he ever was able to call. And I could tell he was shocked, like, the fuck are you goofing on me for? I'm like your biggest fan. I was like, fuck you, I'm goofing on you. He was definitely taken off. Jason Johnson from Toronto, old time fan. Josh Lenz. What else do we got? Anybody? Terry Snow Queen.
Muhammad. Matt's family's coming in.
Oh, we had a Muhammad in there. Ahmed Muhammad. Is that the guy from a 5-1? LOL. Is that the guy from the UK? Because we have a
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we have a guy from. I say we're like the most diverse, and we don't even try to be diverse. You know, we don't try.
We have Muslims from the UK.
You know why? I'll tell you why, and this is what happened. And it's gonna always be this way when we blow up, because we act like ourselves, and we don't apologize for it. That's
No, I
the
don't.
truth.
I have a heroin
That's the
problem.
truth.
You don't
I'm a white guy
see
from
what I
New
call here?
Jersey. Jeff's a fucking Midwestern hillbilly. Can't help it. And Matt's a fucking terrorist.
Okay.
There's nothing we could do about it.
Go about 5 minutes south from me, then yeah, you'll get into that.
Yeah, you're not a
Get into
hillbilly.
that
Do you
characteristic.
consider yourself, because you're not in? Are you in St. Louis proper? No, right?
In between.
Yeah, you're like
In
you're
between.
like me and Jake.
In
You grew up-
between, more city.
Yeah,
than-
but you're like me and Jake. You grew up in the big city, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grew up right next to the big city.
You didn't like grow up with like a piece of wheat hanging out of your mouth and on
No.
a tractor.
No.
That's too funny. But you know what the
I
funny
actually-
thing?
you know what?
Because
I got,
because Jeff is blonde and everything, I could totally see
I'm
like
not
with his.
blonde. My hair isn't blonde.
You look blonde. Does he look
Yeah,
blonde to
you do.
you?
He
No,
does.
He
No,
does
this
have a
shows
blonde
get-
You're
gay.
blonde. I can
My
tell that
hair's
a second.
brown. My hair's brown.
You're blondish.
What colors
You're dirty
does
blonde.
Jeff look best in?
Yeah.
Type 1 for blonde, type 2 for brown.
I can
All
just
right,
see him.
so we learned that Tommy's colorblind today.
I'm getting old.
Dude, if we really knew the hair color, that would be gay.
Yeah, that's right.
Seriously, would be.
I always thought he was
Tommy,
blonde.
fuck, Tommy probably thinks I'm a fucking redhead.
Yeah. The other things about the game I wanted to talk about, docs. Oh God, here's the thing, and I don't want to sound like Ryan Lampert in this, but it was fucking terrible. Simple Plan, they are terrible rock band. I forgot about them. Where did they dig them up?
I love
that-
Simple
I'm-
Plan.
They're from
Well, of course
Montreal.
you do, you're Canadian.
Are they? I didn't even know they were
If
Canadian.
it makes you feel better, they're getting Coldplay for the Super Bowl.
That is the worst.
I don't
I
like
fucking
Coldplay.
hate Coldplay.
I
You don't
hate Coldplay.
understand.
Are you kidding me?
You don't understand. I hate Coldplay on a whole. Like I would listen to Nickelback before. I would listen.
Oh, okay.
Come
okay.
on.
No, Coldplay is that bad.
I'm Canadian and I hate Nickelback.
Yeah.
Everybody hates
not bad.
Nickelback.
First of all, Coldplay
even Nickelback doesn't like Nickelback.
Coldplay is an excellent band, and I have
No,
like
they're not.
I have like
A
all
bunch
their
of fucking
albums.
As Peter Griffin said on Family Guy, let's write a song that's not about whiny bullcrap.
I like Coldplay. I don't know. You know what it is? I gotta be
That's the
honest with
most
you.
white statement ever.
I stopped listening to Coldplay after I joined the army. I'll be so maybe you're right about it. Maybe you're onto something, Jake.
You got to listen to Blake Shelton with all them good old boys in the Bible Belt.
Do you listen, Jake, Jeff? Because we're always picking on fucking Matt. Let's pick on you. Do you listen to country music?
Absolutely not.
Really? Do you do that just to like?
Not just
I
country.
despise it. I despise it.
Really? I don't despise it. I just think it would be funny if you listen to it. You know what I mean?
I despise it. It's
You
all
dis-
tractors, beers, pork rinds,
You
whatever.
gotta listen to the Bo Burnham song. It's pandering to it's called Pandering, and it's about like how these new country music stars pander to their audience.
Well,
They just
doesn't
say
every
certain
fucking
keywords
artist
like-
pander to their audience? I mean,
Yeah, but like the newer ones now are like they just say a few cold keywords like cold beer,
Oh, God.
blue jeans. It's
Okay,
just that.
Gun Cannon goes, wait, when you say that they are getting Coldplay, do you mean they are executing them on stage?
all right, Stoked Wisconsin, you're on the air. Welcome to Shot from the Point Live Winter Classic Special. I bet you're happy. Being a guy from Wisconsin that likes the Habs, I don't understand that. What's on your mind, bud?
Did you expect
Oh,
Brendan
my
Gallagher
Dumbo
to
ears,
come out
my
that strong?
Dumbo ears are deaf now.
Hold on, I can't hear. I told you not to do that, Jeff. I got to listen to these guys. Say that again,
I'm
Stoked.
sorry, I was saying that I was deaf.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, you must have good. Yeah, that's right, because you use those stereo headphones, good ones. All right, Stoked, say that again.
Did you expect Brendan Gallagher to come out that strong?
No, I wouldn't say so at all. But I also know that Brendan Gallagher is a extremely important piece to this team. He's a character player. He's sort of like, well, quite literally, he's the Marchand of the Montreal Canadiens, and they need him firing on all cylinders. To get that nice a goal, no. But to have an impact, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Matt, does that surprise you that Gallagher had such an impact in the game?
Doesn't surprise me at all. All season long, he's been the energy player. He's been the spark plug. He's given motivation to every player on that team. He's our true captain. And what happens that when we put him on our first line, we can slot Darnay back on the third where he belongs, so the matchups are more even. And what he does the best, he goes to the net. He's our true captain, not that lazy Italian.
Ooh. Yeah, he spells his name with a Y, too, that lazy Italian. What do you think of that, Stoked?
I'm sorry, I zoomed out for a second.
What are you doing? Playing fucking Game Boy? What the hell, you millennial?
No, we'd be playing Game Boys.
Oh, that's right. He's not a millennial. He's what? What do they call the generation below you?
You're too young for original Game Boys. Tommy and I had the fucking bricks that fucking were in green.
I had a
Black
Game
and
Boy
white.
Color, I think.
Did you? Yeah,
We're
that's
before
right.
the color.
Oh, God.
played
No,
the
what he
Game Boy
said
one.
was that Brendan Gallagher is your true captain, and he's the guy that
yeah,
has
he
the
is.
biggest impact on the team. I'm not terribly surprised. I have a lot of faith in Brendan Gallagher. I like his last name. I'm a little biased. But other than that, no, I'm not surprised at all. What I'm surprised about is you being a Habs fan. You grew up in, like, college hockey central, and you root for a Canadian team? What the hell is wrong with you? You're American.
There's nothing wrong.
I just really like the Canadiens.
Why?
I don't know.
Why don't you root
Oh,
for
because
fucking
Galchenyuk.
Tommy.
the Minnesota
Galchenyuk.
North Stars or something? I don't know.
That's right, you
Galchenyuk.
said North Stars.
Oh yeah,
I think
Galchenyuk's from Wisconsin.
Oh, man. Well, are you happy about the victory tonight, buddy?
Oh yeah, I like watching Boston lose.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Wisconsin
One of
needs
my
a team.
teammates is a Boston's fan. I'm gonna go rub it in his face tomorrow.
How old are you, by the way?
13.
Oh, fuck. Then I really can't do it. Do your parents know you listen to me?
Yeah.
Do they know who I am?
Are they okay with it?
Are they okay with it? I was going to have you do something terrible, but you're too young.
Do they just say don't end up like them?
Yes.
Is that what they say? Did they really say that?
Go to school, go to church, and eat your green beans. You don't want to end up like Tommy C.
Well, they're right. I'm not even joking, kid. Well, I'm really glad. First of all, I'm glad you called in. Thanks for sharing with us, and I'm happy for your team too, buddy.
Also,
He's not done. Okay.
Oh, Brian, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised he got goals. I always thought he would be like a fourth liner that wouldn't get that very many goals, just assists.
Yeah, I think he got a little lucky tonight. I think it was like Marco Strom's big goal 10 years ago for the Bruins. I don't expect much from him in the future. But here's the thing about at least when the Montreal Canadiens were playing in the beginning of the season, they were getting even scoring throughout all their lines. And if they're doing that, it really doesn't matter who they have in net. And assuming Carey Price can come back and get back to really Carey Price standard, you guys are definitely going to. I still think you guys are going to make a huge impact in the playoffs this year. That's my honest truth. That's
Carey Price. I think you're going to see like a Lundqvist, Cam Talbot thing
Really?
when Carey Price comes back.
Can I just say something about that? When I saw Carey Price get injured, I wasn't as sad as when I saw Brendan Gallagher get injured.
Really? That's interesting.
Why?
When you look at our record, we really started dipping when Gallagher left, not when Price left.
There's some truth in that.
True.
No, there's some. That's Matt. Let me tell you something, Matt Kazar. He may be horrible with women, but he knows Montreal Canadiens hockey. He's very much on it. Hey, Stoke, buddy, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it. I hope you call again. Are you a big fan of this channel?
Yeah, I always will come in. But my problem is during school, you guys start going live.
Yeah, I understand.
Can I ask him a question?
Sure. Matt, ask.
Okay, you're from Wisconsin and you're a fan of Galchenyuk. Have you ever seen Galchenyuk's sister?
Oh, get the hell out of here! I
was
should blow
waiting
you
for
up.
that.
I knew that was coming.
Oh.
No, he's 13. He's 13. I was gonna actually have him do something horrible. Did your parents?
I was waiting for him to say, yeah, she babysits me.
Did your parents really say don't end up like them? Did they really say
No,
that?
I was joking about that.
Okay. Well, if they did, they're right. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, take care, buddy. I appreciate to have you aboard, brother.
No problem.
Peace. All right,
care.
good kid. Good kid. We get the good kids.
We do.
We really do get good kids. Like I was gonna have him say "fuck Joe Cronin," but I was 13. I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it.
Oh, that would have been perfect in the little prepubescent voice.
Yeah.
That
Fuck
would've
you,
looked
Joe.
great.
I could not. 13, 16. I could have probably done it, but not 13. No, I'm gonna do that. And
Let me
they
get
know
my
they
nephew
listen. Do
downstairs
you imagine?
to
It's like,
say-
can I go listen to Tommy C? He has a very filthy mouth, you know.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're like their Beavis and Butthead.
I know hockey. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. All right, I think we're good. Time for an ad. What else? Does there have anything about the Winter
They were
Classic?
talking about other places they could have future Winter Classics, like Notre Dame. Where else? Yeah, where else? I forget where else they were saying, but the one Doc, the one Doc said, made me laugh a little bit. Churchill Downs in Kentucky, because there are a lot of hockey fans in Kentucky.
Yeah, they do. They do have a lot of hockey fans in Kentucky. Jesus, he's like fucking the goddamn.
Columbus play there?
Nashville?
No, well, Kentucky is like next to like Ohio, but
is it? No, it isn't.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, part of it is. Yeah, the north.
Oh, yeah,
Louisville's near Cincinnati.
All right, this is a ridiculous conversation.
Yeah,
yeah, Jeff, do you have any news? Did you put anything aside?
No, not really. Not really. I went to the Blues game the other night, though.
Oh, tell me about that. How'd that go?
Yeah, they won in overtime, 4-3, and seeing the 3-on-3 overtime live is just, it's awesome.
Is it that good?
It is that good. I love it.
It is that good. Are you looking forward to the All-Star game? Because they did a lot of advertising for that today.
Well, as long as they don't have those eye-piercing green jerseys again, and
God,
I like the new format that they're going for here. I think it could work.
I think it'll work. I mean, it's the All-Star game. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. All or nothing. You know.
Yeah. I just saw a headline by Josh Cooper.
It's going to be a fun format.
Canadians ride Mike Condon in the Winter Class. Ride him? Condon played well.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That was a team effort.
That was an entire team effort against the
they
Bruins.
suck over there at Puck Daddy. They're awful.
Oh shit! I have a story.
What do you got?
Did you guys see during the Winter Classic when near the boards they have a hole so the cameraman can poke their camera out of it?
Oh yeah. You got hurt.
Oh yeah, and that was right after Tuukka took one to the neck. Very Lundqvist-esque.
And he goes to the wrong cameraman and slashes his stick on the board to scare him, but it was the wrong guy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So he hit. Wait a minute. I thought that cameraman got hit with a puck.
No, that's not what happened. What happened is that there's the hole to put his camera through it. And Pacioretty was skating by and he put his camera out, so his arm hit the camera.
And knocked him. Do you think Pacioretty did it on purpose? Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I don't know if he probably didn't do it on purpose, but I just found it funny that he went to slash the wrong camera guy.
Yeah, well, and Tuukka took one. He doesn't wear a neck protector, and he took one. How much did that remind people? I know it reminded Ranger fans of Henrik Lundqvist's injury towards the end of the year, and Max Talbot, thankfully. No, it's not Max Talbot. Talbot's in what the
Mike
fuck?
Talbot.
Mike Talbot. Mike's in Boston and Max is in and they're brothers, right? Well, no, they're not, are they?
No, Cam Talbot.
Cam Talbot. Yeah, he used to be. That tells you if you're off the Rangers a few months, I don't know who the fuck you are.
He ain't even playing in Edmonton.
Yeah. Max Pacioretty, let's look at this. Did they give a fighting penalty out? I bet they didn't. Let me check. Jimmy Hayes and Ruff. That was a fight. They dropped the gloves. I guarantee you. I'm looking right. 18-18. Jimmy Hayes.
It was under two. I mean, they were coincidentals, and it was 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. Less than 2 minutes left in the game. So
how much you want to bet they did that because they didn't want fighting on the card for a game this big?
Either way, I mean, they're not getting back on the ice. So.
Yeah. Well, that's not my point. I think it's when you have a situation where Doc Emmerich is apologizing in a sense for fighting, and that's a part of hockey, and they're nervous about it. They're very, very nervous about it. I heard John Davidson. He used to be he used to be the general manager for the Blues. He was the great voice of the New York Rangers.
Ooh, baby.
He was
Blue
good.
Jackets
Come
last
on.
time I checked.
I don't say bad things about Doc. Don't you say bad things about John Davidson? And now he's a general manager. What?
John
you like
Davidson and Doc would work together.
Yeah, that's right. They did Fox together back in the 90s.
Fox.
They did Fox together. That's true. And they were good. They were quite good.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, but he didn't say it like that. Oh, baby. He said, "Oh, baby." They named the 1994 Rangers video, "Oh Baby," if I'm remembering correctly. And so they had oh, what the fuck? I've been drinking, and I ran out of beer too. God damn it. 1, 2, and 3.
Sound like you're from Boston.
No, eat me. Oh God, you can eat a dick, Mr.
Eat it, the whole thing.
High on calories.
Oh, we have another Russian in there, Alexei Mostrov. Yeah.
I'm getting attacked by Russians.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get fucking those goddamn 4chan guys.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a thing for Russian women.
Oh, who doesn't?
Who does? Yeah,
who
come on,
doesn't?
dude.
Right.
You know, it is. They're probably starting to immigrate up there, and he's like starting to get a look at him for the first time. Russian, like there are strippers in New Jersey, right?
Oh yeah.
Every one of them is a stripper in New Jersey. It's amazing.
Every single one. Mm-hmm.
I always love the fact that in The Sopranos they picked up on that. Like you know, all the Italian guys are banging Russian women and Russian strippers and stuff like that. That's pretty accurate. But oh God, should I tell my Russian stripper? Have I told the Russian stripper story?
Is this when you were a cab driver and the mail order brides?
No, that's the mail order brides. And what happened was they were like, go to Brooklyn. It was the Rio Diner, and in Woodbridge, New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Have I? Because I know you've heard it before, but has Jeff and Matt heard my Russian dating girl story?
I don't think so.
I'll tell it right now.
This one is great.
I'll tell you right now. So anyway, they had this. What a shock! Her name was Anna too. So we go to the Rio Diner, and they have this smoking hot Russian waitress. She had blonde hair, and she did it up in that big bun, and she put those two little I don't know, like
So it's Lana basically.
Anna. They're all Annas. You know,
I'm saying Lana from WWE. That's basically who this
honestly,
is.
I don't know if she wasn't better looking than Lana. I mean, this girl was that smoking hot. I know I'm trying to like pat myself on the back, but it was just that sick. It was that bad. This is about, I would say this is like 1996, probably 20 years ago actually. So I'm like 20 years old, and what happened was, you know, guys do this weird thing where if they see a hot girl and they don't want to talk to her, then they goof on her, right? And I guess she got a lot of it because she was a tough old broad. So she would come up and she would like slam our coffees down, and we would like, you know, pick on her and shit like that. I never did because I thought it was ridiculous. And what it was is these guys didn't have the balls to ask her out, right? So we went there one night, and they started goofing on her, and I spoke up and I said, you know what? You only goof on her because she's hot. You don't got the balls to ask her out. That's the problem. And then, of course, that was the dumbest thing I could have said because I didn't have the balls to ask her out. They turned around to me and they say, why don't you ask her out, tough guy, right? And I'm like, man. No, you're kidding. We don't have the balls. Why don't you ask the hot Russian chick that looks like she's straight out of a Bond villain? She's one of the Bond girls. Ask her out. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And the way I thought is like, she's going to light me the fuck up in front of them because she was always lighting us up and throwing our fucking coffee and food. It was really funny, actually. So I figured she'll light me up. I'll take the fucking abuse. I'll go back. Everybody will laugh at me. Things are over. So they're all watching me. I walk up to the girl and I said, hey, Anna, what's up? And she's like, what do you want? And I said, well, I know... you know, the guys kid you and stuff, but I wanted to talk to you afterwards. I was thinking maybe you wanted to go to a movie. All of a sudden, she gets quiet, and I'm waiting for like the I would never date
to go stereotypical Russian.
Yeah, I would never date somebody like you. I would never date anything. And she looks at me and she goes, "What do you want to go see?" My heart is starting to pound like she's fucking serious, right? And I'm thinking to myself, that's what we should have done all along. We should have just asked this girl out. You know, we shouldn't have fucking fucked with her. And I'm like, my heart is fucking pounding. And I'm like, do you want to go see Scream? Scream 1 was in the theaters that summer. She goes, I haven't seen that yet. I know everybody's talking about it. I work here 12 hours a day sometime. Would you take me to see that? I said, I'd be happy to take you to see it, right? It's cool in his comment. And I am shaking like a leaf. Shaking like a fucking leaf. No exaggeration. She goes, here's what you do. You come here. She gave me a time. It was like 2 days from that. It's 2 days from that particular time. And you pick me up, and we'll arrange the whole thing. But you got to get me right after work, okay? And I said, no problem, absolutely. And I walk back, and you see these 3 phoebe friends of mine looking up. And I just, instead of saying anything, I just sat down. I started to drink my coffee, and they're just staring at me. And I'm like, she said, yes, bitches. And they were like, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. And I was like, I'm the king of the fucking world.
Tommy
So I
the one home and rubbed one right out.
Yes, immediately. I didn't even have to touch it too long, Jake. I'm not even joking. I mean, it wasn't. I don't even know if I put my hand.
Watching Rocky 4.
I didn't know if I had to. I knew nothing of this.
He started brushing up on his Russian.
Brattsai. It's the only Russian I knew because that was what the Russians say shoot for. So here's what I did. I had 2 days. I went down the shore. I drove myself. I couldn't even get friends to go with me. I went down the shore and I got a fucking tan. I bought new clothes. At the time, I think they were called Stussy, right? Was that the big clothing line, Jake? Stussy, I think it was.
Keep bringing up fashion.
Yeah. Well, we're a bunch of homos. What can I tell you? Talking about girls trying to pick up Russian chicks. Fuck you.
He got his best pair of Jenko jeans.
Yeah, I whatever was going on. No, I had the cutoff because it was summertime. I had the cutoff like right above the knees. They were kind of new at the time. And I got everything. I got a tan. I went to the beach. I went around. I was just ready for this. I was not going to fuck this up. And I didn't. I didn't fuck this up. So anyway, I go there to the Rio Diner in Woodbridge, New Jersey. I pull right in. There's the Russian girl. She sees me and she goes, I'll be right with you. And I shit you not, like a fucking teenage angst movie, something right out of the 80s. She takes those 2 things out of the back of her bun. And this is the first time I saw it. She pulls them out and her hair falls down straight down below her ass. Exactly. That's what it did. And I was just like, I can't believe this is fucking happening to me. I'm very average looking at the very best. And I sit down in the booth, in the diner that she told me in. I was looking good. I had a tan. I got my hair cut. I mean, the whole fucking night.
Love hurts.
Oh, God, it was beautiful. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's a good thing those tables were kind of high and you had to put your arms up here because my boner would have knocked it off its fucking Keystone Center pace. So anyway, she sits down. Her hair's all over. I didn't even know her hair was that long. She sits down and she goes, do you have a pen? And I said no. So she calls one of the girls over there. She gets a pen. And then she takes one of the napkins that's in the napkin holder. And she starts writing down numbers. 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, and all the way up to 100,000 and up. Okay? Then she starts writing the names of cars right next to them. Buick, Nissan, Mercedes, BMW, and then some kind of sports car, some hot sports car at the time, and then an arrow.
Maserati.
Yeah, what something like that or something. I don't know anything about cars.
The Mazda Miata.
Yeah. And she says to me, she says to me, she goes, look, I don't want you to think that I'm picking on you. I do this with all guys. My mother spent a lot of money and a lot of hard time to take our family to Russia, from Russia to here, right? She goes, here you see the 20,000 to 40,000 mark, right? This is unacceptable. Anything above 40,000, which would probably be more like 100 grand, is okay. Yeah. So she had the middle mark. And then anything other 80,000 up was acceptable to date her. And she's looking to be this. But here's the way you can get around it. And I'm shocked and appalled. She starts pointing to the cars on the other side of the napkin. If you drive these cars and you're able to pay for them in a monthly payment each month, you can bypass the salary and you can date me. And I just...
But if you have a Rolex, we could step down to one car.
You must have went
and
so
you know
soft
this
right
if this was in '96, I mean they weren't talking about domestic violence so much back then. So.
Yeah. I mean, the OJ thing just happened.
I was just, I never.
I mean, she was probably there illegally.
You only gave her a super kick. You didn't chop her head off. Like
I've been
OJ.
rejected by women before, and I can take it. But all I just did was I looked right at her and I said, "I just want to take you to a movie." And then she very matter-of-factly gets up and says, "Well, listen, you seem like a good person. I don't want to waste your time." Got up, walked the fuck out. And I think I stayed at that, I think I stayed in that booth for the next 3 hours. Like I was in Vietnam and staring at this shit. I don't even think it was that. Look, I didn't know this chick. I wasn't in love with her. I went from, I'm taking this chick out. I might get to touch her boobie.
Tommy was writing Anna Callanan all over his fucking book.
And instead you're paying for a new Mercedes.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening, look at him now. He got his own YouTube channel.
Wouldn't you kill to know what she's doing right now?
I found out a couple months later she
jobs right now.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Let's see. I'll be 40 in 2016. She's probably going to be 39. Well, there's a lot of kids in the playpen. Go
probably
enjoy it.
A few kids, probably a few husbands.
A few husbands. She's probably rich. Let me tell you something. I can't even say that. This chick was that hot. You don't fucking want to believe me? You don't want to believe me? That's fine. That chick was that hot. And the only reason I even got to look at her is because she was from a third world fucking shithole country in the Soviet Union and managed to get over here. And that's the only reason she was even talking to me.
Tommy, you could have brought her to your house. Look at this. Working lights, toilet paper. I didn't even have to wait in line for 3 days. Yeah?
But that is my Russian girl story, and it will always live in
It's funny.
infamy.
There was a Russian, when I was, it's probably like around 96, 97. I was
young. Really? You were a kid.
There was a Russian girl that my mom, she worked with, and she had a daughter that was a little bit older than me. Mm-hmm. I remember lying to everybody saying I was dating her.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my Russian. It's kind of the same thing. But it's probably like, listen, here's a list of bikes, and it went from Huffy to BMX.
Fuck you.
And I go, you ride this bike, but if you get this much in your allowance, we could date.
The thing that always got me is like she really acted like she was doing me such a favor. It's like, because I remember her saying like, look, I understand like you can't get a car like this, but you get a loan and you can drive a car like this until they come for you, and that's a way you can date me.
You can imagine how Dad, I need to go to the BMW dealership, and I don't need it for that long.
She said like the one part is this is okay, and this is okay meant if somebody comes along with a Maserati, you're fucked. And I'll be honest with you, it's stereotypical, and I'm sure Suron's going to listen to this one day and say, you fucking asshole.
That's my mother.
That's my, might have been. He's old enough, actually. It
could
have been. You never know. No, his parents were connected.
The poor man she used to deliver, it'd be something like that about the poor child that she used to give food to.
No, it's but it's the thing is,
you don't need to worry about it. I mean, it's 20 years later, and Russia's gotten so much better. I mean, I had the Olympics, okay?
Yeah, that's true. They had the Sochi Olympics. Well, that was the thing. I
absolutely loved the gays.
Yeah, they love the gays. Well, that was the thing. Like, I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but in 1989, or 90, when the Soviet Union fell, we were like, we love you now. Will you be our friends? And the Russians, it wasn't really reported that way. They never really wanted to be our friends, whether they were Marxist, communist, or not. They don't fucking like us. And I have had this experience, and I'm not going to fucking throw all Russians under the bus. I've met Russians, and they're wonderful people. But I have it with the men as well. Young Russian men, especially at that time, because at that time, look, she was around my age. She suffered under communism. It was just get shit. Even more materialistic than American supposedly is. And I think that's what kind of drove it. My mother's mother grew up in horrible poverty. We're not doing it. You better make money or we're getting the fuck out, because after all, look at my tits. And they were nice. But they're not so nice anymore. But that's the thing. I know Pure hates the Russians because they tried to invade Finland. A long time ago. Ah, boy. Well, that's all I got. Anybody else got anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, the story you just told there kind of resembles all Boston fans today. They're going to see this real hot chick, which is the Winter Classic.
Yeah.
Expecting big things, and they got let down.
They drove down the shore, got a tan, and then
they drove down
the best
shore.
part is that they started playing good for like 5 minutes, so the fans had hope.
You know what it is?
They took it away like that.
You know what's really funny?
They're get a comeback on.
You know what's really funny too?
Stories come full circle.
I don't see.
That's right. There was a moral to this story. It had a hockey tying to it.
You know what the thing is too? I don't see. I don't see fucking Roy in the chat at all. You know he did because
he was there right at the beginning.
Very beginning. He dipped out. Yeah. Because I bashed the Bruins.
Fucking Habs fans, man.
Let me tell you something. I would have bashed the Habs if they lost too. And I bashed the Rangers.
Oh God, it would have been great if they. I was kind of hoping they would lose just to hear an epic Mecca rant.
Yeah. Tomorrow, let's talk about. We got a lot of hockey going on tomorrow, especially early in North America. Let's get these times
I get to go
right.
help clean up my dad's work because of all the flooding here.
Oh, so tell me about the flooding. What happened? What's your dad do?
That's right. You guys are. You're in a shit.
Yeah.
Shit
Well, the other day, because it was starting to flood real bad, because like I said, it rained for like 4 or 5 days straight, from like Christmas Eve to a couple days after, and then the water didn't crest until yesterday.
Really?
A bunch of stuff was flooded, and my dad works about 15, 20 minutes away. We had to actually go, 2 days ago? 2 days ago in the morning, I had to help him, me and my brother, we had to help him move all the equipment there. He works on big commercial washers and dryers, like you'll see in like a hotel or even at like in a laundromat or a hockey locker room, like those big, huge ones that are like 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Had to move all that stuff.
Shit. Is there something going on in St. Louis that I'm not aware of? There's some
the gays are getting married, and that's why the floods are happening.
Just a ton of flooding. I mean, roads were closed off. I was saying I might get stranded at work the other night.
I didn't hear about any of this in the news. I didn't hear any of this in the fucking news. Hey, listen, there's a huge day of hockey tomorrow. I'm going to recommend everybody watch it. Quarterfinals, these are the games that matter. I'm not talking about the fucking the bullshit games. Russia at 1400. I think that's European time. So that's 1400, 2 o'clock. That might be 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard. 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard. Russia versus Denmark. Denmark managed to make the World Junior Tournament. Sweden versus Slovakia. It's nice to see Slovakia making an impact. They used to be the team that was slightly above Germany.
The U.S. spanked Switzerland.
Oh God, that was almost embarrassing. That was most embarrassing the other day. But these are winner take all. These are the good games. All at the Helsinki Ice Hall and the Harwat Arena. Sweden took on Slovakia. Finland will take on Canada. Big shout out to Pierre Knudsen. He wrote earlier on Twitter, give him hell. I really wish you guys the best. You're not going to more than likely beat them, but Canada always seems to find a way. They're difficult.
Actually, yeah, no, he is going to beat them.
Really? You think the Finns are going to win tomorrow?
That Canada has a very, what's the word? The players aren't really that good on Team Canada this year.
Really? I don't know. You guys got scored on. You always seem to find a way. Really? So you don't have a lot of faith.
I don't know. What happens is that most of the time the good players just go to the NHL.
Seems like Canada plays to the level of their opponent.
Yeah. Canada has a habit of doing that, playing around American
base. It's kind of like when I do the World Series of baseball.
Yeah.
The World Championship, World Cup, whatever you want to call it.
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. The Americans, because it's in the middle of they're like it happens in spring training.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really play too well because they've already been playing. But the Japanese, who's like, they're not in spring training because I think their season runs at different times.
Yeah, because the weather's different over there or something, right? Yeah.
So, and I think they all play in domes.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of that's why you always see Japan always dominating, because all the North and South American countries.
Yeah, they haven't even started yet.
Right. Yeah, all their players are playing right now and are more prone to injury, and they're not even they're playing like in exhibition style because they don't want them getting hurt.
Right. Well, all these games are one game elimination. Sweden versus Slovakia, that'll be at probably 2:00 your time, 12:00 your wait, that'd be a what's he 14? No, that'd be 11:00 your time, 1600 Sweden versus Slovakia. All right, let me start again. All right, I'm gonna do this right. 1400 my time, that would be about 11:00 your time. That's Russia versus Denmark. Good luck, Denmark. Danish Ranger. Shout out to Danish Ranger. Sweden versus Slovakia, 1600. That is about, I don't fucking know. I'm too drunk. And Finland will take on 12 in the afternoon, Finland, Canada. So Canada, that'll be probably 12:00 his time, 1600 my time. And then, I don't know, look it up yourself. The United States will play the Czech Republic. Fuck it. I don't know. I'm too drunk. I got to go. I had too much to drink, and I think that's it. You guys have anything else to add? I'm so bad at reading these fucking scores.
Might be streaming some games in a little bit. I don't know. I might do that.
Yeah. We'll get up tomorrow. Most of you bastards have the day off. You watch a hell of a lot of junior hockey. I know Matt will. Matt's not going to miss this shit. He's a very big patriot.
No, they just have junior hockey on a fucking every channel probably.
Oh, really?
Probably in Canada, not here.
In Canada,
not
yeah.
Here. You have to go looking for it here on the NHL Network.
NBA, I think it's on the NHL Network, or at least the American games are on the Sports NBC channel. But I think Doc does that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if you're not a fan of it, you're not going to know about it.
It's good stuff though. I mean, you got to see Connor McDavid last. You're going to see some.
Kids.
Some of these guys are going to end up on your team next year. Crazy Law. I love big dicks. Well, it's good for you.
Right. Then you're in the right show there.
You're in the right show.
Law.
Well, stick around while we rate hockey jerseys from Winter Classic past.
Shot from the point after dark. When we go inch for inch.
You're fucking funny there, Jake. All right, everybody.
Hey.
I am pretty much done. Thank you for being a part of the special. The Winter Classic 2016 is in the books. In the books. Great game. Congratulations to the Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins. Maybe better luck next time if there is a next time. Jake, Jeff, Matt. See you next time. Live.
Tailor-made razor blade, cut of the cloth as a gladiator with Gatorade on 808. I'm like Johnny Mnemonic, the body pilot robotic, shoot a microscopic laser rays. You ain't know? We alcohol 2.0. Don't be stupid, run when you got the chance, cause this time, they get pots in there. Don't hesitate, I'll decimate. It ain't nothing to push a button and detonate.